Welcome to your briefing. Today, we're diving into one of the most critical areas you'll encounter in the field, fixed asset management. Honestly, mastering this is what really sets the pros apart. So let's just jump right in. Why the intense focus? Well, in some capital-heavy industries, think manufacturing, energy, fixed assets can make up a whopping 40% of a company's entire investment. That's a massive piece of the pie, making your role in auditing them absolutely crucial.
So, to make sure we're all on the same page, we're talking about the big stuff, the foundational infrastructure a company uses to actually make money over several years, not things they're planning to sell off quickly. The factories, the machinery, the whole shebang.
To effectively audit these assets, you really have to understand their journey through the company. Think of it like a story, from the moment it was just an idea all the way to the day it's retired.
We can map this entire journey in 5 clear phases. And here's the key. Understanding where risks are hiding in each of these phases, well, that's central to your work.
Now, what's really interesting is that your audit trail begins way before an asset even exists. It starts right here with the purchase requisition and the capital budget approval. This is your first checkpoint.
Okay, so now that we have the map, let's identify the primary threats you'll be hunting for when you're on site.
You're going to come across a whole range of risks, from bad purchasing decisions to outright theft. But there's one specific threat that silently, sneakily distorts the balance sheet.
And this brings us to the famous ghost asset. It's a fantastic name, isn't it? These things exist on paper, but they are not there in reality. And finding them, that's a core part of your mission. It's a huge win. So let's move on to your arsenal. How do you defend against these risks? This is where a strong framework of internal controls comes into play. It's designed to stop these very risks from ever happening. You'll be testing 2 main types of controls. You've got your manual controls, which, rely on people doing the right thing, and then you have automated controls, which use the system to enforce the rules. Both are important.
At the heart of all good manual controls is one principle you just can't negotiate on: the segregation of duties.
So here's the crucial point, and listen closely. The person who can authorize buying an asset must be different from the person who receives it, and different again from the person who keeps the books. It's that simple. You also need to look at how companies protect their assets. See a heavy reliance on just fixing things when they break, what we call corrective maintenance. That is a major red flag for poor operational control and much higher risk down the line. Okay, finally, your role isn't just about looking at the past. It's about understanding the evolving landscape your clients are operating in right now and are heading into. So, looking ahead to 2026, you're going to be auditing systems that use AI for autonomous repairs. You'll be looking at things like digital product passports to track sustainability, and you'll have to know the new international standards for asset management. It's a different world. And this brings us to the final, and maybe most important, takeaway from your briefing today. As technology starts to take over decision-making, your role is going to evolve. You're going to be auditing the logic and the controls governing the technology itself. That, right there, is your next frontier.